Hello and welcome to Please Don't Hate Christmas, a horror visual novel developed by Rice Love Coffee, available on itch.io, and apparently it's Christmas time, and you're going home to celebrate with your childhood friend who may or may not be a yandere. I guess let's find out. And I guess this game, I believe, is tagged as a horror game, so there may be some disturbing elements, so viewer discretion is advised. Let's begin. What is my name? I guess I'll leave it as default. Molly. It's kind of loud, actually. It's so dark and cold. Okay, we're already starting off, in the basement. What is this place? I can't see anything. I stand up. I feel dizzy. What's on the floor? Is that blood? Why? Whose blood is this? What the hell is going on? Why is there a Santa hat here? Ah, you're awake. You're finally awake. You got crossing the border. No, why are you here? Don't be afraid. We'll take care of it. I'll protect you. I promise. Go to sleep, my dear. Ah. And now we're over here. So, happy music, I guess. I'm assuming that was like maybe, what do you call that? I always forget what you call it. In medias res or something. It's like it starts off in the middle of the story, but then we go back to the beginning. I'm really going crazy. I haven't slept much for several days with a pair of big dark circles under my eyes. I want to go home, take a hot bath, and eat what I want and play all the games that I can. Wow, did you get a new, gel nail? Gel nail? I don't know if that's correct. Like nail polish, I guess? So cute. Oh, it's for the Christmas trip. Aren't you going to Japan too? Yeah, the boyfriend set it up for me. Oh, nice. Why do we seem to live in a different world while we're working in the same studio? I also like to take a vacation if I could. Indeed, I have not taken any leave for a long time, or gone on any trip for a long time. I'm even thinking of just quitting my job. Blink. Okay, I don't know why that was verbalized. I mean, to be fair, I guess in Japanese, maybe, I don't know, I think this game is Chinese, though, originally. Anyway, in other languages, maybe like, that was like an onomatopoeia? What do you call it? Onomatopoeia. Anyway, it's Albert. Albert Claus. Interesting last name. He was my childhood friend, and although we haven't seen each other for a long time, we've kept in touch. We all grew up in a place called Snowflake Island, and Albert's family has managed Snowflake Island for generations. Here's Albert, I guess. He's in the main menu. I'm assuming, he's the main romantic interest that probably kidnaps us and puts us in the basement. I made a cute snowman. It's too cute. Albert, how are you doing? Molly. Well, it's still the same as ever, nothing special. But I recently returned to Snowflake Island. Nah? Really? Aren't you always out of town? I was a bit bored anyway, so I'm back. And since my second brother's out of the country, I'm managing Snowflake Island for now. Oh my god, I haven't been back in a long time either. Why don't I take a break too? I immediately wrapped up the work on my hands and asked my boss for a leave of absence. I haven't had a vacation in 3 years, so I won't be turned down. But, okay. Molly, I know you're really struggling and need a break, but as you know, many of our colleagues have already taken leave, so I hope you, as a producer, can hold on for a little longer. I'll make it up to you afterwards. The company really needs you. This unscrupulous boss. Or how do you say that? Unscrupulous? Unscrupulous? Unscrupulous boss? How many times have you said that to me? Alright. So do we take our vacation or do we just continue to work? We gotta make that cash, I guess. Continue to work. But I'm sure the studio would be in chaos if there's no one to do these jobs. Alright, I'll get it. Alright, I get it, rather. Thank you. You're the best employee we've ever had. I slowly left my boss's room and looked at my colleagues. We were still discussing their holiday plans. Forget it. It's the same every year anyway. And that's how I spent my Christmas at work. Dead end, workaholic. Gotta make that income, you know? Who cares about love? We need money. Money buys happiness. You know what? We need to take a break. Okay, boss? You need more, or you need me more than I need you, okay? No, rock music plays. No, I need to make some changes this year. A voice inside me, the voice inside keeps telling me to go back. I'm sorry, but I have to resign if you don't let me take my time off. Molly, you're not kidding, are you? I mean it. In fact, I've already written down the handover of work just now. Someone else will do it for me. Thank you for taking care of me. Molly, wait a minute. Ignoring my boss's shouts, I returned to my seat to gather my things. Alright, good. Albert, I'm going back to Snowflake Island. Yeah? Really? Aren't you busy at work? I decided to quit my job. You know, who cares? I can't believe I haven't had a vacation in 3 years. I'm afraid I'll go crazy if I stay any longer. Wow. I can't believe it either. We haven't seen each other for many years. Molly, you know what? I'm really super happy. You wait for me. I asked Mr. Reg to prepare a helicopter to pick you up. Okay, apparently, by the way, he's rich. I guess he does manage, you know, apparently his family manages an entire island, so... just happens to be rich, by the way. No. I'm already on the train. What? Damn it. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I should have chartered a train to and from Snowflake Island. Hey, even if you have money, don't use it like this. Why not? As long as it's for Molly, no amount of money is a problem. You've always liked to say things like that. Then I'll pick you up at the train station later. Can't wait to meet you. Fancy train. We're taking like the fancy train. The scenery outside the window was so dreamy that I couldn't believe I had resigned. You gotta start applying for unemployment. But anyway, what a nice breeze. I regret I didn't let myself go on vacation earlier. I haven't been back for less than 10 years. What's become of Snowflake Island? You know, what a unique name, by the way. Snowflake Island. I was originally an orphan, dropped in the shores of Snowflake Island not long after I was born. That sounds like a mysterious backstory. Fortunately, a kind couple, my adopted parents, took me home. They used to run a coffee shop on Snowflake Island, but unfortunately, they died in an accident when I was in elementary school. That's tragic. You're like an orphan, but then that's already a bit of a tragedy, but then your adopted parents died as well? After that, I lived with my adopted parents' relatives, but they suddenly disappeared when I was in high school. People keep disappearing. After that, I left Snowflake Island. I hope things haven't changed after all these years of people mysteriously disappearing around me. Why didn't I come back earlier? No, there's still some time before the station. What should we do? Okay, I don't know if this matters, but I'm gonna save the game. Again, the game's kind of loud. It should be okay. I have like a automatic ducking, you know, set up for OBS, so it should lower when I speak. But you know, it's kind of loud on my end. I guess I'll turn it down a little bit. Let's see. So should we read the train's flyer or send a message to Albert? I guess, you know, let's just take our time. Let's just read the flyer. Is this a promotional leaflet for Snowflake Island? Let's take a look. Snowflake Island is a small island in the north, owned by the Claus family, and everything on the island is managed by the Claus family. Yes. Snowflake Island is very welcoming to foreign visitors, and there are a variety of attractions and facilities on the island, so be sure to come and see them. Next page. Snowflake Island's playground, the giant library on Snowflake Island, Claus Mansion on Snowflake Island, closed to the public for now, the shopping street on Snowflake Island. What a luxurious island. The urban legend of Snowflake Island. The Christmas butcher who will appear on Christmas Eve. The urban legend that once terrified the residents of Snowflake Island. Legend has it that a mad killer butcher, dressed in Christmas clothes, appears to cut people down on Christmas night. And this is not good for tourism. Although it is unknown where the legend has been spread, since there was a murder on the island at Christmas, it is unknown where it has been spread. There's a time when the islanders were afraid to even go out to celebrate Christmas. But that was a long time ago, and now it's just an urban legend used to scare children. Okay, did the flyer say that, or are we saying that? I guess, yeah, okay, you can send a message to Albert, I guess. I don't know if there's a reason not to. Okay. I haven't been back for a long time. I feel so unbelievable. It feels so unbelievable, I think. Again, translation I think is a little off. But... do you feel the same way? A little bit. But I've been away for less time than you. So I feel okay with that. Speaking of which, why do you suddenly want to come back? Actually, I came back because you wanted to go back. Okay, a lot of exclamation marks. Do you mean that? You miss me? Of course. We haven't seen each other for a long time. I don't think there's anyone I know on Snowflake Island anymore. Well, never mind. You have me. I'm here for you. I'll make you a wonderful vacation. No need for any special preparations. Heh. Guess that's it. Let's take a nap. A little glitchy there, by the way, the phone thing. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna take a nap. I've been waiting for you. Come back, my dear. Alright, okay. Anyway, it's Christmas! Even though at the time of recording this is totally not Christmas, but don't worry about it. It's not very, seasonal. Snowflake Island. Finally. From the looks of it, it looks like much has stayed the same. It's still so dreamy and beautiful. Molly. Oh? Keep that transition, by the way, where they zoom in and, and move the picture. But anyway. Before I could see his face clearly, he hugged me tightly. I miss you so much. Hey, Albert. I've seen the photo, but Albert has grown so much. A nice body, too. Molly, I miss you so much. Wait. I pushed away from him slightly. He looked even better in person with his big puffy jacket, I guess. I don't know. What's the matter, Molly? Don't you miss me? It's not that. It's just I'm not used to it. About what? Have you grown so tall? You become handsome too. It's not fair. Molly looks pretty too. And your sweet tongue, or aspect? Your sweet tongue aspect. That's kind of weird. Again, translation's weird. I guess, yeah, you still have a sweet tongue, I guess. Or something like that, That aspect of you hasn't changed. I only do that with Molly. Got it. Give me the luggage. I'll get it for you. No, it's heavy. But that's all the more reason for me to take it. I'm not the same little brother I used to be. Look at that smile. It's really a waste for him not to be an idol. K-pop idol? We arrived at the entrance plaza of Snowflake Island. It wasn't too crowded, but we still saw a lot of tourists around. It's the peak season for Snowflake Island. Shouldn't you be very busy as a temporary island master? Of course I'm busy, but I cleared my schedule when I heard you were coming. What about work? Well, most of it's done. All the other miscellaneous work is assigned to manpower. Assigned to manpower. That's, again, kind of weird sentence. I guess he means it's been assigned to somebody else. You're awesome. Albert has been so good since the old days that almost nothing could get in his way. You obviously haven't seen each other for so long, and he still made time for me. He's the only person in the world who's been so good to me. Molly, did you book a place to stay? I know your former home is gone. Of course, I already booked a hotel. It's the one near the library. Is that so? What? You should have discussed it with me first. Why? Nothing. Well, before that, let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere with me. Let's go somewhere with me, or let's go somewhere together. I feel like's better. Let's go somewhere together. I've got a surprise for you. Coffee. This is coffee. Looks like it's Japanese. Yeah, it looks like Japanese to me. I assume the original game was in Japanese. I don't know. Although it's been a long time, I still know my way around the island very well. Not to mention the place where I used to come most often. Albert, I know this road. Yeah, you're right. Dong dong dong? Ding dong? The cafe in front of me is my adopted parents' cafe. And it's the same as before, as it was always open. Why? Was it all abandoned on that day? I had it refurbished. But luckily I still have the photos from that time, so I'll try to restore it to how it was. The Christmas tree. Yeah. Oh, I miss this. At the cafe. Bang! What? Bang bang? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay, this is when they were younger. Well, he's the little son of Claus's family. Why is he crying? What's wrong with you? Why'd you kick my Christmas tree? Oh, that's how they got introduced. He freaking, vandalized the cafe. I hate Christmas. That doesn't mean you can kick someone else's stuff. I'll tell my mom and dad. Mom, dad? Huh? Stop! Bam. I didn't think much of it and push him to the ground. That's enough. Wait. Sorry, does it hurt? I'm sorry, I was just trying to stop you. Cry very loud. The big sob. What should I do? Alright. I'll make you some chocolate milk. Chocolate milk? Yeah, the only drink I know how to make. Come on, give me your hand. But don't tell my mom and dad. I'm just gonna, use up our supply, to give you some free chocolate milk. And therefore cut it into our income. The next day. Bing bong. I'm gonna open the door. It's funny how the visual novel is just like, it's just it's just using onomatopoeia, I'm assuming, instead of simply just playing the sound effect in the visual novel. You can do that, by the way, I'm assuming. I mean, most visual novels you can do that. You can play a sound effect instead of just simply just writing it in the dialogue. But anyway, I feel that's better, right? Huh? Why are you here again? Here we go. Huh? For the chocolate milk. The boy handed me the money without saying a word. Okay, actually we did get income from this. We did get revenue. No need, my mom is watching. And didn't I say not to tell my mom and dad? Then they'll know. He ignored me, slipped me the money, and walked into the shop. Hey! I have a name. My name's Albert. What's your name? Molly. Molly. I'm gonna drink that today too. Your chocolate milk. That's how Albert came to the cafe every day and asked me to make chocolate milk for him. That's how we became friends. And he became cheerful without realizing it. What are you thinking? I remember that I just met you before. Don't look back. Or, I guess don't look back? I guess that makes... Don't like reminisce, I guess? Or something? You were so cute back then. Especially your crying face. Stop it. Sucks. So do you still hate Christmas? Well, Christmas with Molly isn't a bummer. Come on. How about you? Do you still like Christmas? I don't know. Because I'm too busy. I haven't celebrated Christmas in a long time. I hope Christmas will be a little different this year. But why did you renovate the cafe? Did you say you want to inherit this cafe in the future? Although you left Snowflake Island, I'm sure you'll return someday. I've always asked someone to take good care of the shop so you can return and live in peace. Do you like this gift? My mind went blank. I've just left the hell of my work for many years and it's like a dream. I never thought Albert had prepared me for this. Or prepared me for this? Or prepared this for me, rather? Molly, why are you crying? Oh, why are the tears? I was just laughing at you being a crybaby and I cried myself. My stress burst like a balloon and tears instantly flooded my eyes. What a word would describe that. Anyway, again, translation. Anyway, are you okay? Bust that wolf? No. Maybe you don't like this gift? Or did I remind you of that bad memory? No, I'm happy. It could be because I've been building up a lot of stress. I haven't had a holiday for a long time, and haven't slept enough. I didn't know that someone had prepared so much for me and thought so much of me. I really haven't seen this cafe in a long time. I've been thinking about it a lot. I should have come back earlier. I thought no one in the world cared about me anymore. Thank you, Albert. No way, even if something happens, I'll be there for Molly. I'm Molly's partner forever. I'm glad you quit your job. Because it turns out I'm rich and I could just give you all the money you want, really. It's that simple. No crying. He patted my head, I guess. So, will you inherit the shop? Can I think about it? I'm glad you prepared this for me. But it came out too sudden, and I wanted time to think about it. Of course. This is a strange face, by the way. Also, hey, by the way, Deliz. I see you. I'm still a little bit upset. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess this wouldn't make any sense in the context of when I put this on YouTube as a video. But like, I'm still a little bit upset because I did not start my stream properly. I was technically streaming before, by the way, at like 12 o'clock when I scheduled my stream. But like, I actually did not go live until recently because I did not know you're supposed to press the go live button on YouTube as well. Because normally on Twitch, you just press the start streaming button on OBS Studio, which is the software that I use. You just press that and then you go, right? But I didn't know you're supposed to press it again on YouTube as well. So, I don't know, anyway. I gotta stop thinking about that. Anyway. I mean, it's not the biggest waste of time, really. I'm gonna put the footage anyway on YouTube. Because I locally recorded everything, but still. It's just kind of like... I don't know, again. For next time, I'll know. Anyway. Get some rest, enjoy vacation first. Anyway, you have plenty of time to take your time, or you have plenty of time to take your time? You can take your time and think about it. Alright, then let's go to your hotel. What? It's all full? Yes, miss, I'm very sorry. But there were a few rooms left when I booked. I'm really sorry. We didn't update the website in time, so I'm sorry for your inconvenience. Well, in that case, there's nothing that can be done. Oh, sorry, Molly. I totally did not, manipulate this hotel manager and blackmail him in order to, make you not stay in this hotel or anything. Don't worry about it. That's the vibes I've been getting. And also the fact that on the store page it literally says that, that there might be a yandere in the story. But anyway, sorry, Molly. I should order it for you. Or I should order it for you? Or I should, Anyway, no, how is this Albert's fault? But where can I go find a place to stay? If you don't mind, would you like to stay in my place? My house is huge, with lots of rooms. I literally live in a mansion. I'm literally part of the 1%. I'm a billionaire, apparently. Is that okay? Of course. Stay as long as you want, as long as you don't mind. No, I was going to stay overnight. You're welcome. Come on, let's go home. Albert. At that moment, I completely missed the eye contact between Albert and the hotel staff. I had forgotten he had a whole hotel floor for himself. I'm back. Young master, says Mr. Greg. Welcome back. Miss Molly, welcome to you as well. Mr. Greg, hello, it's been a long time. It's great that you look as healthy as ever. Thank you, miss. Or thanks to you, miss, rather. Greg, Molly be staying here for a while. Get her room ready. As ordered. Is that really true? Would it be too much trouble for you? No, instead I wish you could rely on me more. Like the old days. Albert. Alright. It's getting late. You must be tired. Hurry up and get some rest in your room. We'll have dinner later. Well... After dinner at Albert's house, we slept in our respective rooms. And by the way, another thing I noticed, the audio transition is not really good. It just kind of cuts out, when they change songs. I don't know. Games, it's interesting so far. The story, I guess we'll see. It's building up to something, but definitely it's a little rough around the edges, I feel like. Anyway. Small things. Well, this bed is enormous. The room is so big and the balcony is so luxurious. I came here to play when I was a kid, but I still think his house is over the top. I remember the forest outside, and now it's all covered in snow. It's chilly. I should close the window. Footsteps. What was that? Like poop poop poop? I don't know. How do you make footstep sounds? I guess you need I don't know. Anyway. Is there someone out there's this late? Like, what's the sound like? What's the sound you would make in English, you know, for footsteps? I don't know. Like, I don't know what that would be. I know for, like, you know, on radio, actually, when I think about it, like, for like horses, you know, whenever there needs to be, like, horse sounds, for, like a horse stepping on the road, people would use, like, coconuts, right? They would, like, hit coconuts together, and somehow that became the sound effect for horses, for some reason, right? With horses that are walking around and running around. But, like, it's, like, not realistic at all. They don't make that sound, but somehow that sound became associated with coconuts, you know, hitting each other, because that's how they would, like, you know, emulate that on the radio, right? So, I don't know. That's just a random thought that I had. Anyway, a sense of unease washed over me, and I knew the footsteps were coming from the balcony. I quietly opened the cloth curtain, afraid something might appear from the balcony. It's okay, the balcony door is closed tight. However, when I opened the balcony, nothing appeared outside. I couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe it's just wild animals? Just as I was about to close the curtain, there was something concerning in the snow. It was a Christmas hat, you know, just like this cursor. Not only that, but there was also some messy footprints on the ground. I would think that it was Santa Claus like the other kids, it was just a regular place. But this is Snowflake Island. Santa Claus never comes here, apparently. I don't know. I first thought of the urban legend circulating on Snowflake Island of the Christmas butcher that appears every Christmas month. No way, it's just an urban legend. And what's going on here? Either way, that hat and footprints look suspicious. However, there's a voice inside my head. Go on, follow it. No way. Knock knock. Molly, are you asleep? Save the game. Yeah, let's just save the game real quick. I guess I will follow the footprints. What's the worst that could happen? I ignore Albert and open the balcony, and they'll just run into the snow like a crazy person. Boom. I'm assuming. Bang? I don't know. They're saying bang, but like I feel like it's not literally bang. You know, when I think bang, I think of like a gunshot. You know, I don't think it's bang in that sense. I guess you could like bang on the door. I guess in that sense. I don't know. Anyway, but I feel like it's more like a boom or like a thump or I don't know. Anyway, it's code. I turn on the flashlight on my phone and approach the footprints. It's really Santa's hat. There are footprints in the front. I followed the footprints all the way. At the same time, I found a few spots of blood on the floor in addition to footprints. This blood, whose is it? I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Don't you know? Who is it? It's me. The snow on the ground was slowly dyed red, turning into a sea of red. Why is this happening? Do you remember me? A huge shadow was approaching me. Bad ending too. Buried memories. Boop. And thus, we get murdered by the Christmas butcher. I guess we got killed by Santa Claus. Wow. Well, okay. So, let's go back here. Let us not follow the footprints to our doom. Let's just, you know, like a normal person, I guess, just like talk to Albert. I closed the curtain and dashed to the door of my room. As soon as I opened the door, I saw a reassuring face. Albert. Molly? Why is your face so pale? Did something happen? I told Albert about what just happened. But when we opened the curtains again, the hat and the footprints had disappeared. Oh, okay, that was just mysterious. Huh? Why is it gone? Molly. Did you see strange things again? Did you take your meds? No, I saw it for real. You've been like this for a while. What? Come with me. Albert walked out of the room holding my hand. As we have this CG. Here we go. Chocolate milk? Well, it's not as well as you did, though. I took the mug and the warmth of the hot chocolate milk reassured me. It tastes good. Really? That's great. You feel better? Yes, I feel a lot better now. I'm really stressed out. Maybe that was just an hallucination. Poor baby, you're really exhausted. He patted my head, I guess. Touched my head, patted my head, which is such a trope in Japanese media, and particularly anime. Like head pats, which I feel like is just not a thing in real life. But somehow it's just always a thing in anime. There's a time when you were like this too, often saying you saw strange things, and I was so worried. Is that so? I don't remember. You said you saw Santa hats, blood, and Santa Claus with a knife. And you always had bad dreams. Now I remember. I've had strange visions from time to time after the accidental death of my adopted parents and the disappearance of the relatives. It's especially bad in the Christmas months. After leaving Snowflake Island and leading a busy life, I gradually forgot about it. Actually, I thought you would never come back to Snowflake Island. Because what happened to your adopted parents and relatives hurt you so much. Although I'm happy to see you, I'm also worried about you. Albert, even so, I don't want you to hate this place. I'm trying to keep all the good memories and the good things you like on Snowflake Island. I'm glad my family owns this island, I'm glad to be born rich, with a silver spoon. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm just jealous that he's rich. Eat the rich. No, I'm glad my family owns this island, so it can do so much for you. It would be a lie to say there are no scars. I often think about that time, even after I left Snowflake Island. I miss him so much. But it's also scary. I only came back with you because you came back, Albert. Because Albert is the only person who cares about me the most, besides my adopted family, but they're all dead, so whatever. I look dumb, right? You always relied on me before, but now I always need your help. Silly girl. Molly's Molly. In my eyes, you're still the same gentle, kind Molly. I'm hoping you rely on me as much as possible. You're the most important person to me, too. I didn't know what this forehead kiss meant, and closed my eyes sheepishly. Now that you're back, I've got to get this place in order. I'll ensure you can live comfortably without any more annoying and sad things. Hey, that's too much. How can you do that? Well, it's easy. I have money. I have all the money in the world to do anything I want. I can get away with everything. It's like laws don't apply to me. No, of course I can. I'm the owner of this island. That moment, I noticed his eyes were slightly different than usual. Alright, Molly, you should go to sleep. Also, my sprite changed back to my default sprite because they didn't want to pay the artist. To get a sprite for his pajamas or whatever. What was he wearing? Actually, I didn't pay attention what he was exactly wearing, but I'm assuming he's wearing something different. Anyway, well, I'm a little tired. Do you want me to carry you to bed? No need. Okay. Good night, Molly. Good night, Albert. There's sound effects actually. Sometimes it says on the dialogue the actual sound effect, but it does play actually. I don't know. Maybe it's just my my earbuds, but it's a little bit low. The music's really loud to me, but the sound effects are really low. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, gotta get busy tomorrow. Oh boy, here I go yandering again. No, Molly, did you sleep well yesterday? I slept pretty good after talking to you. Well, why don't we sleep together tonight? I could talk to you every night. What are you talking about? You look so cute when you're blushing. I'm just kidding. Oops. It looks like I'm leaving. Where are you going? I have some temporary work, but I'll return soon. You can stay on the island for a while or stay here. I'll leave now. See you later. Goodbye, hug. Yeah. Bye-bye. Oh. We were childhood friends, but after I returned this time, our distance became strange. Is it just me, or have I not seen him for too long? If this continues, I'm afraid I'll have other thoughts about it. Okay. Well. No, let's not think about it too much. Let's walk around. Where to go? Let's not have a relationship with a childhood friend, because obviously the childhood friend never wins. Unless they're a choice, I guess. Dating sim, but otherwise, usually in most stories, the childhood friend never wins. Let's go to the grave. Apparently that's our first destination, the graveyard, which I guess isn't that strange at all, actually. I'm assuming we're visiting our parents, yeah. I'm gonna visit my adopted parents. I bought some... I remember this word, hydrangeas? Or... hydrangeas, right? Hydrangeas? How do you pronounce this again? I remember seeing this word so many times in my other playthrough. In Men Have Rafflesia, and like its sequel, a Dice Cycle. But hydrangeas, right? Hydrangeas is how you say that? I want to say hydrangia, Hydrangia. That sounds cool, but no, it's hydrangea. I bought some hydrangeas that they like from a nearby florist. Graveyard. The headstones are rarely dusty. Is anyone cleaning them regularly? Someone's face comes to mind. I placed the flowers I was holding on my adopted parents' graves. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. How are you? I'm sorry I haven't come to see you for so long. How are you guys doing? I brought you your favorite flowers, and I remember when you put hydrangeas in the cafe. I just quit my job. It's really not so easy to live in the city. The rent is really high. Snowflake Island is more comfortable. It's just, you're all gone. Okay, I'm assuming this is a flashback. One Christmas. On that day, my adopted parents and I were on our way to celebrate Christmas. I'm looking forward to it. What will Mommy and Daddy get me for Christmas? Molly foster father. What? That's a weird way to translate that, but sure. Hey, it's a secret. I want to know. Can't you tell me first? No, that's a surprise. By the way, is your little boyfriend coming tonight? Oh, you mean the little son from the Claus's family? You should marry him, he's rich. You should really freaking marry him, take all his money. No, he's not my boyfriend. Haha. I said nah. My doll. Molly? Dad, my doll fell out. Can you stop the car? Oh, alright. You wait for Dad. Molly, don't walk out on your own. Here it is. Mommy and Daddy, I got it. Ah yes, another bang, by the way. It's more like a crash. As I turned my head with the doll, an out-of-control car behind me suddenly crashed into our car. How unfortunate. But also, well, it's fortunate for us, in a way, because if we did not get out of the car, we wouldn't have, gotten in the car crash, I feel like. But then again, it's because they had to stop, right? Is what I'm assuming. I'm trying to visualize what's exactly happening. Because, I guess they were in a car ride, and apparently she was playing with her doll, but it fell out the window or something. And that's why they stopped the car. I don't know. Daddy, Mommy. I approached the car, and the two calling my name a second before didn't move a muscle. Until the ambulance came, I tried to wake them up, but they never responded to me again. That's how I watched my adopted parents die in front of me. Tragic. Oh, that's the girl, isn't it? Mr. and Mrs. Huss's adoptive daughter. Yeah, she's the only one who's not hurt at all. And why isn't she crying? It's ominous. I adopt such orphans. Oh, come on. My son goes to the same school as her. Okay, just relatives who are incredibly insensitive. You guys, gossiping at someone's funeral is not suitable, right? What? Whose case is this? How rude! Hey, he's of the Claus family. Sorry, you're rich, so, I can't do anything because you have money. It's ominous that you're staying on the island. Ominous? Or maybe it's... I don't know what he's trying to say with that. Like, maybe, he's saying, like, you're rude, basically, so you shouldn't be on the island or something like that. The women who had been talking so much immediately bowed their heads and dared not to speak. Albert walked right up to the stone chair without even looking at them. Molly. Albert. I looked at him and wanted to thank him for speaking for me, but I couldn't speak a word. He sat beside me. Would you like some hot chocolate milk? He pulled a cup out of nowhere. This is my first time brewing chocolate milk, so I wonder if it's good. I took the cup and took a sip. A wave of warmth entered my body, awakening it in an instant. Wait, The tears I cried last night came out again. Greg, give me the umbrella and leave us alone. Young master, you'll catch a cold if you sit here too long. Can't you see? I have to be here with her. I see. We'll wait for you in the car. I was drinking hot chocolate milk and crying. You know, the tears added flavor. I don't know how long I cried, except that the funeral guests had all left, but Albert was still sitting beside me. He kept holding my cold hand. I still remember what he said. I hope I'm the one who hates Christmas. This is your favorite holiday, and I hope you're smiling. I'll always be there for you. Why is the memory so vivid after coming to Snowflake Island? That's why I've been afraid to come back. Not only that, but I forgot something very important. And once I remember, I can't go back. Alright. Text message. Molly. Albert, aren't you working? Are you crying? What are you talking about all of a sudden? You know, are you stalking me? Why am I crying for no reason? Liar. Oh, okay. It's right here. You're obviously crying. Why are you here? Just now, Greg told me that you asked him about where to sell hydrangeas. I figured you'd be visiting your adopted parents. He placed a hydrangea in front of the grave. It's been a long time, Mrs. Huss and Mr. Huss. If you're working, you should focus on your work. So why are you asking me about my schedule? You're the one who came to visit Mr. and Mrs. Huss without calling me. I'm at least their future son-in-law. What? Son-in-law? Who's gonna marry you? You know, despite them having such a, deep relationship, it's like, no, we're just friends. Just friend zone. No. Huh. Molly. Albert approached me and reached out to wipe away my tears. Now that you're back, don't cry alone. I'll keep you company. We'll face what you don't want to face together. Take your time. My heart, my heart beat, uncontrollably, not beating. My heart beat uncontrollably. Why is he always so gentle with me? It's as if he actually wants to marry me or something. Isn't that weird? We're just friends. Like you were with me, or like when you were with me on the day of the funeral? Uh-huh, yeah. You remember? Of course. The hot chocolate milk you made that day was so bad, it's hard to forget. Oh, how rude. The cup I made last night wasn't, or the cup you made, not I made, the cup you made last night was an improvement. Well, then you must inherit a cafe soon, or I won't be able to drink hot chocolate milk at all. Or you can marry me and flush me with the hot chocolate milk every day. Or is it, or what, well, maybe she did make it. I don't remember actually. I thought he made it. I don't know, anyway. Now stop making jokes in front of my adopted parents' graves. I told you, I'm serious. After that, Albert went back in a hurry because of work. He didn't really need to come, although I'm a little happy. Thanks to them, I'm not drowning in sad memories. There's still time. Where should I go? Well, we don't really have a choice. We just have one option, really. I don't know, I'm going to save anyway. Shopping Street. It's been a while since I've been back, so what has the shopping street become? Looking at the shops alone, most of them are still intact except for the newly registered shops. That's great. It's the same as before. Itsu demo anata no something. I don't know. I don't know kanji, which is basically 90% of the Japanese language is kanji, so I can't read it. Anyway, itsumo anata no something ni. I don't know. Always you, or maybe like we always appreciate your, your patronage or something like that. I'm assuming. Maybe not. Anyway, I walked to the grocery store I used to go when I was a kid to buy coffee beans for my parents. Mrs. Moon is still not here? Welcome! No, it is Molly. Mrs. Moon. It's been a long time. You've grown up so much. Hey, Mrs. Moon. You're still as young as ever. You're so sweet. Well, I'm assuming Mrs. Moon. I'm assuming because she knows her when she was a kid and everything. I'm assuming Mrs. Moon is actually old. Anyway, is your city life going well? I just quit my job. The city life didn't suit me. Oh, so you come back to run the cafe? How did you know? Oh, no, I just guessed it, that's all. After all, when you were a kid, you always said you wanted to run a cafe like your parents. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Moon, have you heard from my aunt and uncle? At that time, they suddenly disappeared, and I thought they had gone to the city. But I need help finding them even though I've tried to see them in the city. Well, why do you have to call them now? Haven't they abandoned you? Oh, that's true, but they are my adopted parents' relatives. My only relatives. Mrs. Moon, do you know anything about it? No. Sweat drops from my brow and looks around. I don't know anything about it. Why is she acting a little weird? She's got that twinkle in her eye. Molly, don't hang on to the bad ones. Just forget about them, okay? Even if you say so. Okay, I'm almost ready to pick up my son. Can we talk later? If you decide to head to the cafe, I promise I'll come by every day. Okay, well, goodbye, Mrs. Moon. I stepped out of the grocery store, puzzled by Mrs. Moon's reaction. Why is she acting like she knew I was coming back? She gets flustered when I talk about my aunt and uncle. What's going on? How strange. Alright, going to the next place. We're going to school, everybody. Time to learn. Maybe. No, probably not. It's been a while since I've been back. Let's visit my alma mater. Alma mater? That word? My alma mater? Actually, I'm not sure if that's a word. You know, I've heard of like alumni, I guess, but that's usually referring to the people. Oh, anyway. Maybe that's a word. When I arrived at the school gate, it was about time for the students to leave. As Christmas break is approaching, students are excitedly discussing their holiday plans. They look happy. I used to go to the same school as Albert, and he used to hang out, or rather, he used to hang around me after school. Since my aunt and uncle, who cared for me, didn't like me very much, I went to Albert's house after school to do my homework and play games to avoid them. It wasn't until one Christmas when aunt and uncle suddenly disappeared that I decided to stay and live in the city, and Albert went to study abroad. In that case, we spent almost daily together on the island. Silly girl. Okay, this is a reminder of that real quick. Of that CG. Why am I suddenly remembering what happened last night? I stood there like a fool, red-faced. Oh, okay, here's Sharon, by the way. Oh. Molly. I looked up and a female teacher stood before me. It's my old classmate, Sharon. Sharon? Molly, it's been a long time. When did you get back? I just got back yesterday. I didn't even know you were a teacher here. Well, yeah. It's been a long time. You've gotten prettier. You're worthy of living in the city. You too, Sharon. You're as cute as ever. By the way, are you and Paul still seeing each other? Paul. I broke up with him. I don't even know where he is now. Oh. Hey, Molly. Are you free tomorrow night? Let's go catch up. I asked my old classmates out too. Is that really possible? Of course. Everyone must be dying to see you. Is that so? Well, yeah. Great. See you tomorrow night. I'll send you a message with the address. Okay. I'm so happy that someone still remembers me after so many years away. It's good to be back. Maybe I should ask Albert too. He used to go to the same school. I wonder if Sharon's truly our friend. You know, I don't know. I'm just paranoid now, you know? Albert does have a lot of influence and everything. I wonder if he's influenced, you know, the inhabitants of the island to, like, be nice to her, you know? I don't know. When I returned to Albert's, he was already waiting for me. Welcome back. Now stop hugging me every time we meet. My heart's beating too fast. Oh, I see. Albert lets go in disappointment. I can see his dog ears droop. He looks like a big puppy. Well, guess who I met at school today? I was so excited to tell Albert about my day, I thought he would smile and be happy for me like usual. But as soon as he finished listening, he gave a stony expression. Don't go. What? I said, you can't go to that party. Why? Don't you know Sharon and the others too? We used to be friends. I don't want you to go. They're not nice people. What are you talking about? Did they do something to you? No. Then why are you angry? It's amazing that after all this time, someone remembers me and wants to see me. Am I not good enough for you? What? Molly, sometimes I just want to lock you up. Albert? Okay, what? You approach me with a different aura than usual. I want to keep you where only I can reach you. And no one else can find you. Only I can be with you. He held his hand out to me. I leave. This is creepy. I back off. I step back unconsciously and Albert was surprised by this. The outstretched hand stopped in midair then slowly dropped. I'm just kidding. Don't be scared. How sad, Molly. I'm just... If you want to, go ahead. It's your freedom. Or it's your freedom? Or you're free to choose? Or something like that? Or whatever. Just remember to come back early. Just remember to come back early, though. Albert, are you sure you don't want to come? No. That's all. Have fun tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night. Back to the usual Albert. What happened to him just now? Why doesn't he like the old classmates? What happened between them? I wonder. Oh, okay. The next day, Albert woke up and ate breakfast with me as if nothing had happened. Then he went to work alone again. 7:00 p.m. I followed the address Sharon gave me and arrived at the restaurant. Molly, this way. Sharon waved warmly at me as soon as she saw me, and some familiar faces were sitting next to me. In fact, I've been concerned about Albert's words since yesterday, fearing that there might be some danger as he said. But I was relieved to see they're all the old classmates that I knew. Albert was just a worrywart, I guess. Molly, how's life in the city? Yes, come on, share with us. Let me share it with you guys, or let me tell you, I guess. It was like going back to school. I had a great time talking to everyone. I didn't notice how Sharon was looking at me. I thought you have all forgotten about me. Thank you all for asking me out to dinner. How could we forget? Molly's our best friend. Yeah, we all miss you. It's impossible to forget you after all that's happened. What has happened? Did you forget? Why can't I see well all of a sudden? My head is heavy. Why is everyone looking at me? Who are those boys coming in outside? Okay, wait a minute. This is pretty dark. If I, assuming that I'm thinking, how this usually goes. But anyway. Boom. Tick tock, tick tock. It's code. Where am I? Molly. Good morning. Sharon? I slowly opened my eyes and saw Sharon sitting not far away. Okay. Well, I guess we were, friggin' drugged, I guess. Where is this? I was awakened by the surroundings. It was a basement-like room without a window, with only an intermittently flickering light bulb hanging in the middle. Why am I here? I can't move. I realized that my limbs were tied up. Why is this happening? Sharon, what's going on? Oh, Molly. You're still as naive as ever. As it turns out, Albert was right, by the way. Did you do this? I realized there were two big men standing behind Sharon. Sharon, the girl boss. Where are the others? They all went home. You don't think that our old classmates consider you a friend, do you? But weren't we all having a good time? I'm laughing my ass off. Looks like everyone had a good acting skill. Everyone was a good actor. I just hired them and paid them a little money to help with the show. My mind is in a state of confusion. Why would you do such a thing? For revenge, of course. Revenge? It's because of you that Paul walked away from me, and it was so wrong. Didn't you say that you broke up with him? Huh, break up? Why would I? How dare you ask about him yesterday? I don't understand. I didn't do anything. Shut up. Paul was banished from Snowflake Island forever for bullying you back then, and was so severely injured that even off-island he's not doing well. It's not just Paul. It's a lot of people. But anyone who bullies you a little doesn't end up well. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? I don't even remember being bullied. Of course you don't remember, because there's your damn guardian knight, Albert Claus. Did you say Albert? You're just a poor orphan, but then you hooked up with Claus's little son. You feel good when protecting, or you feel good when you're protected by him, or right? Poor orphan. Is that how you always saw me? Of course. Do you think I really consider you a friend? We all knew before you went to school that you're adopted, and the only one who survived a traffic accident, and then even your adopted parents' relatives. Don't you think you look like a plague? With a surprise, you're so happy to go to school. So you were bullying me. Is that a problem? We just don't like you. A guy like Albert Claus is a psychopath too. To have a crush on you. Even the guy who said something about you behind your back got revenge. The only reason the rest of us will talk to you is that we're all scared. Every time she said that, it was like a pinprick in her heart. Or a pinprick in my heart, rather. I never knew I was so hated by other people. You're the chilling one. What? It's obvious that you're doing something horrible, but you're just justifying yourself. It's not enough to have no empathy for others who are not doing well, but to look down on them and see others doing well and feel discontented. You guys are just jealous of me. What did you say, you crazy bitch? Also, I'm still determining what Albert did, but I'm glad he stepped up for me. Please don't insult him. Don't insult him. Do you know how vicious he is? You fucking bitch. Swearing. You two, give her a lesson. I need to make Claus feel like it's like to have, or I need to make Claus feel like what it's, can't read. I need to make Claus feel what it's like to have a loved one hurt, too. The two big men behind Sharon nodded silently, then came towards me. Go away. Damn, the rope is too tight. Come on, someone help me. I closed my eyes in fear as I watched the two big men prepare to remove my clothes. Don't. Schmack. Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. I could see the two big men kick to the ground and passed out. Hiya. He's a freaking baseball bat. Good. Alright, Albert to the rescue. Damn. They almost touched my girl. The back in front of me made me feel more at ease. Or the back? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like his back, rather. The back in front of me made me feel more at ease. Albert, you know my advice was right, don't you? I nodded desperately and wept unconsciously because I was so relieved. Sharon Murga, I can't believe you're still out there. Huh, I put up with this for so many years, just for today. Albert pulls a spiked bat from nowhere and puts it against Sharon's neck. Shut up. I want to clarify first, because you have a bit of a misunderstanding of the definition of bullying. Putting trash in other people's lockers, writing insulting sentences on other people's desks, and ruining other people's gym clothes and textbooks. Is that what you call a little bit of bullying, right? What's he talking about? Why didn't I notice anything? Then I remember that my locker and table were suddenly clean, and I blamed Albert for wiping off my locker's treasure stickers. So he's been hiding these things from me. It was all just a joke. It's just a joke, right? Is it a joke that your beloved Paul tried to drop a potted plant on Molly's head? I've been most gracious in keeping him alive. But his girlfriend is trying to get revenge on me. And tying Molly up in this horrible room. You have to be kidding me. Now that your two bodyguards are gone, do you still want revenge? Albert gave me a horrible look I'd never seen before. I should have stopped him, but I didn't open my mouth. Huh, I figured it would be like this. Do I really have no way to deal with you? I felt the sound of running coming from behind me and immediately reacted. Albert, watch out! I think she said like, I think she said rather, did you think that I didn't have anything prepared, to fight you, whatever. Hello, Adriana, by the way. Cool, cool. I mean, he is pretty badass, though I do wonder about his methods. Anyway, I moved my body hard to knock Albert off his feet, but it was still too late. The man in the back stabbed Albert and blood flowed from Albert's body. Oh no. Albert! Albert sat on the floor in pain. The rope came off my body at some point and immediately flew to his side. Somehow we just hulked out and just like ripped off the rope. Doki doki. No. No. It hurts. You can't hurt him. Finally managed to hurt you, so now you know what pain is. I look at the wounds in Albert's back. The sounds around me began to fade. It was like a red filter has been added to my eyes, and it was getting red. They did this. I'm okay, Molly. Don't need to worry. Well, go ahead and be a hero. Now I send you both to hell. Molly. Molly. With her red eyes, the woman named Molly deflected the man's attack with her bat without saying a word. We fucking parried! What the heck? It's Sekiro now. Deflect. She hit the big man desperately with strength not commensurate with her power. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Like a cyborg, she said repetitive words while attacking without stopping. She didn't hit the two men knocked unconscious at the beginning. Oh, freaking. Several people's blood splattered on Molly, and she was covered in it, just like the butcher. Okay. Not only did she freaking like kill, and to be fair, the first guy was at least self-defense, but the other two guys were unconscious, and she freaking smashed their heads in. What the heck? Damn it, what's wrong with her? No, I'll get mine first. As Sharon prepares to attack the wounded Albert, Molly runs like the wind and knocks Sharon away. Don't hurt him, don't hurt him, don't hurt him. She kept hitting Sharon and didn't stop even though she begged for mercy. No, please, don't hit me anymore. Molly ignored her and was ready to keep fighting. A needle stabbed Molly in the neck, causing Molly to stop instantly. Alright, that's enough. Okay. Good girl. It's time to go to sleep. Wow. My blood still really works. It might be better to kiss you directly next time. Okay, what is this? What's going on? Something about blood and the need? I don't know. Albert pulls the syringe out and lets Molly fall into his arms. So that's why I didn't want you at the party. But this successfully proves that I'm the most important person to you. Well, it hurts. Luckily, I've been working my muscles so the knife didn't go too deep. Is that how it works? Can you like bulk out, and like get resistant to stab wounds? I don't know if that's how it works. I feel like a knife would still go into your body just as easily, you just flesh, isn't it? I don't know, anyway. I can still carry you to bed easily. Don't worry. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of it for you. Same as 10 years ago. Huh. Interesting. Well,